Hello, hello, everyone. Good to see you. Bill Woods, you was the first one on tonight, Ron says. Then Janet and Robert's here. Who else we got? Johnny Holiday. Ron's here. Robert's here. Good to see all of you guys tonight. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Happy new month, new June. Let's hope June is better than May, and we're going to get into some ideas tonight. Guys, there's not a lot out there. I came on to give you guys a chance to talk, and Joseph Phillips and Cindy's here now. I've been having trouble with my phone. Everything is just out of whack, it seems like. But we're going to cover what we can cover. We're going to also cover some things about what we need to do. And what I'm going to talk about is not intended to make anybody mad, but it might upset a few people. But there's a lot of great people in our group, a lot of great people that we are family. And there's some things happening that we have to clean up the house. Bruce always makes the statement, we got to clean up aisle 3 and 4 and 5. Well, we have to clean up some things, and we're going to get it done tonight in a very, very professional manner. But I'm going to start off by the pledge. I'm going to start off by the music, and then I'll be right back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You know how much longer we start program.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, and where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt of this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'm ready to stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt of this land. God bless the USA.
Yes, yes, yes. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American.
The 1960s gave us.
So I want to let everybody know before I get into the show too much. This show is not for children. We have a children's group. We talk to the children's, Tony and Janet and Bill and Eileen, Karen. Some new people come on while I was off, Johnny. We talk to the children. We let the children come on. We let the children watch under the discretion of their parents, grandparents, or legal guardians. But it is not meant for them. Every now and then I slip. Nothing like I was when I first started off, because when I first started off, I didn't slip. I cussed a lot. I was not a good person. That's how much I've evolved since then. Lynn J, or whatever. Hey, Miracle. But anyway, if your grandparents, parents, or legal guardian says it's okay, you can watch it. My grandkids are always allowed to watch it because their papa, their grandpa always says it's okay. Especially when I see them on here, I'm extra careful. So the music we played tonight is for entertainment purposes only. We have no legal rights to it. We play it because it's become our theme song, and I like it. If I talk about money, which I'm going to talk about money, I'm going to talk about currencies, I'm going to talk about cryptos tonight. And when I do, I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say is my opinion, my feelings, and I'm just sharing you what I think can happen. So, Super Jimmy. As everybody knows, Super Jimmy is going through a whole lot right now. He lost his big brother, probably someone that he thought as much about as anybody in this world. And I hope people are still praying for this family. I've been in constant contact with Jimmy's dad. We talk 2 and 3 times a day. So much so that I even got into his mind a little bit. I said some things that I said, this is probably going to upset you, man. But your wife told me to make sure that I didn't let you wilt away. We become very good friends, Jimmy, me and your dad. He's a very nice guy. He misses your mom immensely. But guys, I want to tell everybody, and the kids, I'm going to tell everybody here in the show, but in the kids section, I'm going to tell everybody too, because I think that they'll be happy to hear this, that Jimmy lost a brother, which is heartbreaking. He lost his mommy 2 years ago, which is heartbreaking. But Jimmy has gained a sister-in-law, a very, very beautiful young girl. I believe her name is Sarah. And she was going to get proposed to before the accident, and then the accident happened. But they say God taketh away, but he also giveth. And she had a surprise for Larry, even though he didn't know it. He was going to be a daddy. So Jimmy's dad went with her the other day. They got this, whatever, sonogram or whatever it's called, so they can tell the sex of the baby. And it's a boy. Isn't that great? Isn't it great that God's granting them a little boy to come into the family, to help Jimmy's dad carry the family name on, to replace, you can't replace, but you can help be part of his daddy. So his daddy will always live on now with this family. But wait, what about Renee? Well, you know what? They're having a little girl too. They're having twins, a boy and a girl. And Jim said to me the other day, we need names. And I said, well, the names are simple. Larry for the boy and Renee for the girl. So I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. Hi, Myrna. Good to see you. Hey, John. Good to see you. So Jimmy's dad is going to become a grandpa to a little boy and a little girl. And that's God's way of showing him that, yeah, things happen, but things also happen for the good too. So now he has to really get it together, and Jimmy has to get it together, and we need the beds bad, guys. We need the beds really, really bad. Patriot 17, I hope you're done with school. Everybody's done with school here. And today was my grandson, Small Hank, and Kira's first day off, and they celebrated by visiting some family member from Tennessee that's up for mommy had to run, and they took him because Small Hank has karate practice tonight. Patriot Karate Kid and Patriot White get outside and play along with Patriot Princess, our queen, and Patriot Hunter. And I did see a picture of our queen on with Grandma the other day on Facebook, and she is as cute as ever. She is just a total doll. Hey, Joe Phillips and John and Janet and Myrna.
Oh, I meant to tell you about that. I seen that picture the other day.
What's that?
I seen that picture the other day.
Yeah, Ron was just telling me. He meant to tell me about the picture of our princess, our little queen with Grandma. She is just a sweetheart. Patriot Bugs, Boogaloo, Boogaroo, and Boogie. They're just as cute can be, and John's a great grandpa to them. I don't mean he's the great grandpa or great. He's just great to these kids. Patriot, little Leona and little Leilon. Another two little kids that we love dearly, and then Patriot Cutie Pie and Patriot 17 from the Ukraine. Aunt Julia sent Uncle Ralph a letter today and saying about what's going on, and they had a great weekend. They got to get outside and play. They had good weather. And today, the 1st of June, is also the beginning of summer in the Ukraine. So anybody who wants to wish Julia and Patriot 17, Patriot Cutie Pie, Masha, and Lady Victoria a happy first day of summer, please do so. And they've had a nice weather, and I had a very amazing letter. Patriot Super Gymnast. I saw her yesterday, spent some time with her, and I did everything I could to let her little friend, who is also, I think, going to be the girlfriend, Patriot 7's next girlfriend. I seen them yesterday at the soccer tournament. I had a great time. Patriot 7 went to me to the store, and I bought him some slushies, and me and him both made a mistake. Guys, gas is expensive enough the way it is. $4.89 a gallon. It was $4.59 at the place I got it yesterday. And we went in to pay, prepaid for $20, and I told him to get a slushie, and I went to get something to drink, and we got talking to some people going out the door, got straight in the vehicle after we talked to the people, drove off, and never put the gas in. So I had to make an emergency visit last night to the gas station in Herscher to make sure I didn't run out. So my last 4 gallons of gas actually cost me almost $10 a gallon. But you know what? It's only money. We can't take it with us. Isn't that right, John? So Patriot Small Gymnast had a soccer tournament yesterday, and the whole year they never keep score. The whole year they never say who wins and who loses. It's always yesterday. There's 4 teams. They had to play 3 games yesterday. And Patriot little gymnast team played far and above better than I thought possible. They ended up losing in the championship game to the team that had one player. One player, he scored all 5 of the goals. They lost 5-4. He scored all 5. But when our team took the lead, this kid was such an unsportsmanlike little total brat. And I'm going to call it like it is. He started crying. He should have been taken out, not allowed to play. But the rules state every kid gets to play the same amount. The game was 25 minutes. Every kid was supposed to get to play the same amount. The first team plays the first 12 and a half minutes. The second team plays the next 12 and a half minutes. And that's how it's supposed to be. And our coach did that. They scored 4 of their 5 goals against our second team while they kept their first team in. There was kids on their team that played 1 minute. In this league, there is no goalie. But their coach kept a goalie back and no one said nothing. It's not about winning and losing. Patriot little gymnast come over to me and says, I got a gold medal, Grandpa. And I took her picture of it. And I said, yes, you did. It's a beautiful gold medal. You're the best. She scored 2 goals yesterday. She says, I know we didn't win. But in this game, Dad, Grandpa, there is no losers, like you said. And I said, exactly. But the other coach for 5 and 6-year-olds wanted to win so much. They wanted to win so bad that they was willing to cheat as 5 and 6. What kind of example are we setting to the children when they do something like that? The other team, they was happy when they won. Our fans, we was just happy our kids played good. We was happy that our kids all had fun, and all of them played 12 and a half minutes. We could have played our first team. We was winning even with that kid being good. We held him to 1 goal in the first 12 and a half minutes. In the next 12 and a half minutes, because he played the whole game, he scored 4 goals, and we lost 5-4. But it's not about winning and losing. It's about taking care of things. I was looking. I'm going to show you a picture here. Does this look like a little girl that's proud to wear a gold medal? That's my little girl. Patriot Kira. Oh, she's becoming a handful and a half, but that's okay. Patriot Small Hank, I did a video today for him for his birthday party. Everything was good and everything went good for his birthday party. And that's it. And kids, I hope you liked your version tonight. I hope you liked the stories, and I hope you like to come back. Everyone else, you having a nice chat over here. You got Robert and Bill and John and Joseph and Myrna, and I know Janet's here, and Papa G's on, and good to see you, Papa G. So one thing I want to clear up right now, guys, is attitude. I created a Telegram site back when Telegram actually was, we first heard about it. And I created a site just so people could go there, become friends. And we only have 48 followers there. I don't have a big site. Don't care about numbers, never have, never will. If I help one person, I'm successful. But that being said, I created this site, and we used to have some people in this group with us, and they went out and created a site. And everybody was supposed to send what they wanted us to do on the show to this site. And I said, no, I created the site for me. The man got mad and ended up leaving us, and that's okay. No harm, no foul. They followed their heart to go someplace else, and that's fine, Tony Soretta. But one thing I've been noticing here lately is we have some really amazing people, even though we don't have a lot on this site, that they believe in posting. They believe in patriotism. They believe in building people's spirits up. And one of them the other day announced something that I didn't like, and I went individually and talked to him. He posts nothing but positive things. He does a lot of work. And he posted a couple things the other day, and there was a man on there that I wasn't real happy with. Everything he posted, he got cut down. So I went on and I kind of addressed it, and that man's no longer with our group. Not that I wanted him to leave, and I told him I was sorry he left. I got nothing against posting something negative. But if one of our people go and post something good, you can give your opinion. But every time we have been posting exciting things, positivity things. There's been a couple people that's been going into a negative. So if you can only be negative, go be negative someplace else. I'm not telling you to leave. I would never tell anybody to leave any of our sites. And you have the right to your opinion. But you have to remember, the name on that site is mine and Ron's. You can have your opinion, but the last opinion comes down to Ron and me. And after some long talks, me and him together, we decided to act upon it and save the person who's really good for the show, for the group. And if we lost someone else, hey, you know what I've liked? I haven't seen no negativity on there today. And there's a good reason, guys. John and Papa G and Bill and Robert, wouldn't you agree there's a good reason that we could have some negativity? Because tomorrow night's going to be Bruce, and it's going to be, well, it didn't happen, but it's going to happen. And I want to share something with you guys right now real quick, because this is something I seen. I wanted to save it, but I don't think I did. Let me check real quick to see if I did get it saved. I did. Let me see if I can go to it now. This is very short, but guys, I really liked it. They have a picture, and it says, Kurdistan regions waive debts for 120,000 K plus traders and businesses. Under it, it says NESARA/GESARA in Iraq. And then all it says is very plain and very simple. Nothing to see here, but Iraq is about to RV. Now, my question is, if Iraq is about ready to RV, Janet, and Papa G and Bill and Robert, if they're ready to RV, who is the one country that has held us back? So right now, all of the emphasis goes to 45, 47. Because if Iraq is ready to go, they got no more excuses, it says it. He needs to get off of his chessboard where he can play chess with 10 people and be 10 moves ahead and just end Iran. What's going on there? He needs to end Ukraine. He needs to end Russia. And we need to go into NESARA and GESARA. We need to go in to the Goldback Standard. We need to go into everything we need to do. And mainly, we need to get on the special beds, and we need to get to the redemption centers. We need to get our quantum money. We need to get what we have coming to us. And as I talk to God today, we need to make this happen now. We need to have the greatest celebration in the history of the world on July 4th. And I don't mean just in the United States of America. I mean in Canada, where Robert's at. I mean in Australia, when people like Wolverine and the girl that does the special beds, we need to bring this world together as one. Now, something I'm going to also mention here is there is a new site that they posted. It's a site that Wolverine has put together, I think with Mauricio or someone. And I seen it the other day, and it said, if you have humanitarian projects, join. If you don't have them, don't join. And I contacted a couple of the people that I've talked to in the past, and they're very close with Wolverine. And I said, he shouldn't have said it that way. What he should have said is join. Just because you don't have a project, Joseph Phillips and Janet and Papa G, all of the people here, just because you don't have a project does not mean you're not willing to work. Now, I know Papa G has Zim. So I know Papa G is going to be one of the first ones to get to go to the Redemption Center. And I know Papa G really doesn't want to work the projects, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to get involved with his currency to help. So I joined. I was the second person to join the group after he posted. I must have been right there when he posted it because I clicked on it and someone else beat me. But this person who beat me says, my project, now listen to this, their project is to work with children. They want to work with children and get children all over the world. Parents. That's exactly how many times Tony and Janet and Bill Woods and Papa G, how many times have I talked on this show about that's exactly what we want to do, Dean Hunt. We have talked about this. So as soon as I read what they said, I wrote up what I had to say about it, about what I want to do, about we're going to build this. Julia and me are working very strongly towards this. She even went to the place where the kids are, the orphanages. And she talked with the leaders there about what we're planning to do. We are giving hope to people. I talked to a cousin of mine today who needs these special beds tremendously. But, you know, she wasn't a negative Nelly. She wasn't one of these, what I like to call dopium. You know, people are saying we're throwing so much hopium. Their family members don't even want to talk to them anymore because all we're giving them is hopium. So I say no. I created a brand new word. It's dopium. The people who don't want to get involved, the people who are too stupid to not get involved and just want to say things, they're dopiums. So don't deal with them. But when I talk to this girl, she's sitting on her tractor, her lawnmower, because she can't walk. She has to walk with a cane. This is a girl that her dad was my cousin. Her dad is a big part, along with Ron and Russ, the reason I become a good ball player, because they was always working with me. We were close, me and this girl. I used to umpire games of hers. And now she can't hardly walk. But I told her about the special beds. And you know what she said is, you can get me on them? And I said, yes, I can. She said, I better be on the first of your list. And I said, you will be. I didn't know she was like that. Did you hear what I said, John? Did you hear what I said, Janet and Soretta? Tony, this is a woman that she didn't even know about these special beds. She didn't look at me and think I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She looked at me and said, you will get me on these beds, won't you, Ralph? And I said, yes, I will. That's what you can do. For everyone that's a dopium, there's one out there that wants to have the help. There's one out there that wants this. They want to be healed. When I told them, when I told her today about the Bible, and you know, Janet and Dean and Soretta, Myrna, everyone who's here, when you read the Old Testament, what does it say? Though so-and-so lived to be 400 and some years old. He had X amount of kids who lived to be 500 and some. We were meant to live a long, long time, but these people come in and took all of this away from us. They took everything away from us. They took everything away. They stripped us. They cheated us. They lied to us. But you know what? As my mom always said, those who laugh first never get to laugh last. Do you think that these people that have done all this to us are laughing now that they're in that place called GIT? Give me an M and an O. Or we could do a cheer. Give me a G. Give me an I. Give me a T. Give me M. Give me O. And guys, I can't be a cheerleader. But what I can do is I can be a rah-rah guy to pick up the spirits. And if I can get through to you guys, and maybe when the show's over, you might just talk to someone. You might talk to a Joan Jordan like I talked to today, and you might tell them something. When I went to a cash bash a while back, I seen a man in a wheelchair, and I went and give them hope. I give them hope, and they thanked me. I seen the sister-in-law who works at the bank where I bank at. They said, Ralph, she said to me, Ralph, not that they thought I was crazy. She looked at me and said, have you heard any more? And I said, a little bit. It's coming. It's coming. She says, I know it is. And I said, how do you know? And she said, because you remember the nurse that you talked about? And I said, yes. She said, she's one of my best friends in the world. But she didn't tell me because her best friend, a nurse that has been trained on these beds, who retired. So when these beds are made available, she can go back to work and help people the way God meant people to be helped, to be saved and to live long, long lives. She said, I've talked to her. And she said, she told me about her talk. She told me about how much you knew about him. And she said she was flabbergasted because she didn't know there was anybody around. But then she said, you told her also, well, there's so many people that don't believe. She said, well, my sister believes. My brother-in-law believes. And they talk to me every week when we're together. That's what it's about. There may be millions of people who don't believe, but there are millions of people who want to believe. They don't want to be in the hopium. They don't want to be in the dopium. They want to be in the real world. And that's where we're going, guys. Iraq is ready to go. They're ready to do this. So now we got to get done with the excuses, and we got to get this done. What Larry the Cable Man, he was one that said, get her done, get her done. And it's time, Bill Woods. It's time, John. It's time, Papa G and Joe Phillips and Janet Soretta. It's time to get her done. It's official. Tina Peters released from Colorado prison. Let's go. The MAGA, all in capital letters, pressure worked. Her rights were violated, and they admitted it. Peters, it's been quite the ordeal, but I really want to thank God for faithfulness and getting me through it. I'm so grateful to supporters that have stood with me. Here's a prayer, and I want to read this, guys, because I really thought it was an amazing prayer. Ronnie forwarded this to us from W.H. Grandpa. Good morning. Today's prayer. Dear God, here we are, geared up, ready to face the day. We're not going to let the noise around us steal our peace. We're not going negatively in a place in our minds and our hearts. We're holding tight to the plan we've created for us. Within your power will protect our minds, our hearts, and our fortress. Shifting our attention to your promises, we're fueling our spirits to rise in faith. We speak victory over every bit of fear and doubt. Thank you for giving us everything we need to fight and come out on top. Amen. God will protect you in places meant to destroy you. When the enemy comes in like a flood, trying to set traps to defeat you, remember who holds you in his hands and protects you, even when you don't know you need him. When you find yourself in trouble, Jesus is just a cry out to him away. Actually, he never leaves us. He's always there. Remember who you belong to and who you don't fear, the enemy. We have the power over him through and in Jesus Christ. My God hath sent his angels and has shut the lions' mouths and have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, I have done no hurt. Then was the king exceedingly glad for him and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken out of the den, and no matter the hurt was found upon, because he believed in God. Another, Tina Peters is freed. 17 total letters. Tina Peters is free. 6/1/2026. Now, I did not see this post, about 17 total letters, but what I will do and what I will post on some sites and what I'll take care of is I will go and check out what is the gematria for Tina Peters is free. Guys, everybody should say a prayer tonight for this young woman, what she went through because of her belief, and she had the audacity to come out and stick up for her rights. Even though they put her in prison unlawfully, she never give in, she never give up, and she never complied. The same way everyone here did the same thing for that word that started with a C, had an O with that victory sign and an I and a D in it. We didn't give in, we didn't comply. And you notice we're healthy. Oh, yeah, we all have different things, but we're not sick because we did not do what others did. Get the popcorn Friday and Saturday. Will deliver on MAGA promise. POTUS knows he must clean house. Government in order to free up and demonstrate who has authority in order to pass important legislations. This was always a priority. Remember, AG in capital letter Sessions cannot look like an impartial player that is out to get all former OBAMA team members, as we need him for other important work. All will come out into focus, and for anyone to think POTUS is not in control is kidding themselves. Also, he is 100% insulated with zero risk of impeachment. I have not read this, but it might be worth a read. As I said, I really didn't look into the show a lot today because what I had heard, there wasn't a lot out there, but I'm looking at my Patriots 5 Forever with Ron's site on Telegram, and Ronnie has done an amazing job, and he apologized to me today for not being able to be on the show because his work schedule doesn't allow it. But write it down, circle it, set an alarm, tell no one why. On June 24th, the following will happen simultaneously. The hat will address the nation live from a stage built on the National Mall. Not a press conference, a rally, the largest domestic audience since January 6th. A 90-foot steel structure called the Claw will be completed on the White House South Lawn, an arena built for combat on the grounds of the presidency. The Freedom 250 concert series, originally planned for 16 days, was sabotaged. Every major artist pulled out within 72 hours of each other. Coordinated, not organic. The hat responded by canceling the concerts and replacing them with himself. They tried to silence the celebration. He turned it into a direct address. June 24th is not a date chosen at random. It is exactly 10 days before July 24th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of the Republic, the semi-quincentennial, the only one any living person will ever witness. 10 days, the same window used for the emergency broadcast system, national test protocol, the same window required by executive orders for public notifications before major federal actions take effect. The 250 billion with a face approved this month. The 24-karat gold coin with his face on it signed this month. The White House East Wing demolished this month. The Rose Garden removed this month. The combat arena erected on the South Lawn this month. Everything that defined the old structure is being physically torn down. Everything being built is monument to what replaces it. You are watching a transition of systems disguised as a birthday party. The artists didn't leave because of politics. They were told to leave. The event was never meant to be a concert. It was meant to be a declaration. June 24th is the announcement. July 4th is the activation. Between those 10 days, the EBS will not be a test. The Republic does not turn 250 under the old system. You will be given the date. What you do with it is yours. Forward this before it disappears. You know, everyone, for a show tonight that I came on to do, ouch. For a show tonight that I came on to do that I did not put much effort into, I came on and I didn't expect to have a whole lot of information. I came on just to do the show to give you guys an opportunity to talk. I have some things I want to talk about before I finish the show with the Judy readings. But as I started reading stuff here and I started seeing all the things that people have given us for tonight's show, I'm thinking, wow, for someone that didn't have much of a idea what he was going to talk about, Karen, Bill Woods, and John. Hey, Tony, good to see you. Cindy, good to see you. Hi, back to you. But I thought it's become a pretty good show. Just in, President the Hat announces Iran did not cut off peace talks with America. It was more bluffing. Talks are continuing at a rapid pace with an Islamic Republic of Iran. Thank you for your attention to this matter. TNT, Tony, Iraq citizens are being told they will see their new purchasing power on Thursday. You may see yours sooner, TNT Tony says. Where we're at now, guys, is a place we never thought we'd be. 5 years ago, none of us even knew about this place. We didn't know that our birth certificates were stolen and the things that they did. We didn't know that we were going to get all the money back that we paid in interest on credit cards and all that stuff. So the thing I say when I look at what's going on in the world is don't be negative. Nothing. I love the song, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. And nothing's gonna stop us now. As long as we're together, nothing's gonna stop us now. We're gonna do this and we're gonna build this together because of us. If the world starts to shatter again, it doesn't matter. As long as we have each other, we have enough love in God and the faith that we have to go out. And if you're not talking to one person a day and saying, hey, I'm going to tell you something, what's going on. Sometimes people are going to look at you and they're going to think, you're nuts. You have no clue of what you're talking about. No. They have no clue what we're talking about. People choose to not believe. People choose to be negative. They're dopiums. I love my new word. I should do a gematria on my new word, dopium. Probably got a picture of Obama and Biden and all of them right there. They did so much terrible to us. I had to sit through something the other day that I can't say I was real proud about setting. I can't say I was real proud about what I had to sit through the other day. I had to sit and listen to people talk about what's going on in the world. Oh my goodness. When you get someone that's a non-believer, someone that refuses to open their eyes, when you see this, it's like, where are they coming? I mean, I sat with my son, with my daughter, with my son-in-law, with several other people the other day, and they know it all. You know what I mean? What is it? Patty Crazy Lady? Janet, Cindy, you know what I mean about these people that they know it all? And they're telling me that this is going to happen, and no, it's not. And this is going to happen. No, it's not. And they just kept going and going. And I'm thinking, where did they come up with this? And all I said was, I'll make you a deal. You have your ideas, and I have mine. You know, and then you have the people that we go and report stuff, and we report stuff, and they get going about how everything is going this way and that way and in between and around and that. And I'm going to say something that a good friend of mine said. All we do is we give you the information. Hey, Justin, good to see you. Had a pretty decent weekend. I hope you did too. All we do is give you the information. That's all we can do. If you want to get negative about it, you get negative. But most of the people in this group don't get negative. You know, when someone goes and takes the time to look up an article, when someone goes and takes the time to research something and post it so we can all see it, well, John, that's something you can get involved with. John wants to get involved with the special beds. But all I'm saying is if someone posts something, you cannot like it, but don't always be negative about it. Give your opinion. You know, there's been, you know, I've come on here and I started talking over 6 years ago. I believed in this for over almost 20 years. And I believe in it as much today. And you know, when I came on tonight, I really didn't want to do a show because I didn't think it was going to be a show. But I believe in you guys so much. And I don't care if the numbers are small. You know, we got 64 people. We've been doing a show for 50 minutes. I was on a show with Wolverine the other night. He won't even start a show until he's got 1,200 people. I like Wolverine, but that's arrogance. It's not fair to people 100 through 1,000 to say, I won't start the show until we get 200 more people. You tell a time. If I tell you I'm going to be here at 7 o'clock, I might be a minute or two late because I have trouble getting on. But once I'm on, I'm not going to look at you, John. I'm not going to look at you, Bill, Janet, Patty, Crazy Lady, on Joe, and Tony. I am not going to look at you and say, we got to wait till we hit 500 people. Even back when I used to have over 40,000 followers, I still, if I said I'm starting the show at 7 o'clock, I started the show at 7 o'clock. And we had another lady come on and work with us. And one night we came on and we had like 300 people. And she said, we're going to give it another 5 minutes till we get to 500. I come on and I said, we're going to start the show now. It's not fair to you, Tony and Bill, to make you wait. If I make you wait, it's because I'm having some difficulties. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all it is.
I don't think our guy had his stuff today.
So here's the Dinar Chronicles. I'll read that and then we're going to call it a night. Judy Bidington is someone I trust and believe in. This is for June 1st. As we move further into 2026, the conversation surrounding global financial stability and systematic reform has reached a fever pitch. The report compiled by journalist and observer Judy Bidington suggests that we are entering a pivotal window for international monetary policy. These updates discuss the potential transitions from traditional fiat systems to more structured asset-backed financial model, often referred to as global currency reset GCR. At the heart of these reports, the implementation of quantum financial system QFS. According to the recent updates, a significant shift reportedly began in late May 2026, aimed at integrating gold-backed currencies across 200 nations. This move is presented as a way to enhance transparency and security within the global market by anchoring digital assets to tangible resources like gold. Proponents suggest that the international community can create a more stable economic environment that is less susceptible to the fluctuations of the traditional debt-based systems. This suggests timelines for these changes is ambiguous. Reports indicate early June 2026 serves as a primary activation period for several major economic initiatives. This includes a full implementation of programs like NESARA and GESARA, which often described as framework for restoring sovereign economic principles and debt restructuring. The goal of these initiatives is reportedly to alleviate the burdens of personal and national debt, potentially replacing outdated tax structures with more streamlined, fair trade oriented tariffs. A significant portion of the recent updates focuses on logistical rollout of the financial changes. The process is described as tiered systems moving from central banks and large multinational down to private holders, often referred to as Tier 4B. According to reports, this group, comprising private individuals and currency holders, may soon receive notifications regarding the exchange and redemption of specific assets such as Iraq dinar, Vietnamese dong, and Zimbabwean bonds. The intelligence suggests that these exchanges are being handled through specialized secure channels, ensures privacy and order. Unlike traditional banking transitions, these redemptions are expected to take place at dedicated centers where holders can access specific rates and set up modernized digital accounts tailored for the new system. While the details such massive global shifts are complex, the overarching theme in this economic sovereignty and wealth redistribution, the reports emphasize that the transition is intended to be quiet evolution, one that prioritizes systems integrity over public spectacle. As these resources-backed structures continue to integrate, the focus remains on protecting the access of public and ensuring the long-term prosperity through a gold standard stabilization. For those following these developments, the message is clear. Stay informed, remain prepared, and watch for official communications through verified channels as a global landscape continues to evolve and the move towards more transparent and more asset-backed financial world marks a historic moment in our economic history. As you can tell by Judy's reading, she didn't give us a lot of information. She went into a more professional way of discussing what's about to happen. As I told you, we can build this world together, stay inside forever. Nothing's going to stop us now. But as long as we keep the faith, we will win. We will be able to wear our hats. I told you so. But why? Everybody's going to be happy when this happens. And I will close this show by saying, as much as I want the money, as much as I need the money, the main thing here is getting our health. If we don't have our health, what's it matter? At my age, at Ron's age, what do we got left? But when we can get on these beds, when we can know that everything is good, that's what we're looking for. I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. We didn't have a big crowd, but that's okay. Thank you. We'll be back Wednesday night. Have a great night. Have a great tomorrow. Maybe we'll get some good news tomorrow. Nothing's going to stop this, guys. Iraq is ready to come out and show what they need to do. So let's show and be there for one another. Good night. God bless. Ron and me love yous all. Have a great night, a great tomorrow, and again, a happy June.